Salut à tous, bande de Mahjong. Alors aujourd'hui on se retrouve pas pour une vidéo où on va parler du classement des trucs de code 4, vous en aurez dans pas longtemps. Là on se retrouve plus parce que la dernière fois quand même quand j'avais classé les armes, je sais pas si vous avez fait attention, mais j'avais fini le jeu Mahjong. Enfin j'ai pas fini le jeu. J'ai fini la partie solo, l'espèce de campagne qu'il y avait donc avec les histoires. Le truc c'est qu'à chaque fois je fermais ma gueule au début pour vous laisser les cinématiques. C'était bien, mais pour ceux qui voulaient vraiment suivre les cinématiques, voilà, ils devaient regarder toujours le début, etc., etc. Mais là, je me suis aperçu qu'en finissant le jeu, je pouvais vous avoir toutes les cinématiques plus ou moins, chaque conte donc est raconté. Du coup, ça fait que bah, j'ai fait une petite vidéo là-dessus en mettant toutes les cinématiques. Donc il y a 5 contes si je me rappelle bien, oui, 5 contes différents. Donc voilà, vous allez avoir les 5 comptes différents. Donc à la suite directement. Après, c'était après la fin de la game, donc j'avais tout refait. Et qu'est-ce que je pourrais vous dire de plus? Bah voilà, vous aurez l'histoire en fait, direct, il n'y a pas de coupure ou quoi que ce soit, ça s'enchaîne. Mis à part ça, pas grand chose en fait de plus. Bah voilà, en fait je vais pas raconter ma vie de plus, je vais vous laisser regarder les contes, enfin les animations. Et puis voilà. Et ensuite d'ailleurs je vous donnerai, il y aura encore du Mahjong, mais ça sera de la suite, enfin vous verrez bien. Bon visionnage de contes et d'animation, et salut d'avance aussi. Allez, salut!
The townspeople celebrated their new hero. The magistrate offered his son Tthe in marriage. Thus did the Lee family live in prosperity. A boy named Kang lived in a poor village, but was cheerful because he loved to paint. He happily drew animals in the dirt and on rocks with his wet finger. His creativity was endless. One night, a white owl flew into his bedroom. In a flash, the owl changed into an old man. He said, "A boy with your talent deserves a gift from the gods. Here is a magic paintbrush. Use it to make people happy." Kang quickly painted a bird, which came to life. He ran and found his father standing by a broken cart. Kang painted a new wheel and fixed it. His father was overjoyed. Kang spent the day fixing things for his father. They were both very happy. News of Kang's paintbrush spread through the village. Kang eagerly painted new farming equipment for all his neighbors. Only the greedy rancher, Jin Yu, was unhappy. He had Kang kidnapped and thrown into an abandoned shed. When Jin Yu came to the shed, he found that Kang had painted a comforting fire and a ladder. He had escaped. In a rage, Jin Yu kicked over the fire and burned the shed to the ground. Kang watched the chaos from afar, then ran home. The story of Kang's magic paintbrush reached far and wide. The peasants loved the tale of the little boy with the big heart who helped farmers out of poverty. When the cruel and greedy emperor heard this, he offered a reward for Kang's capture. The emperor's soldiers captured Kang and threw him in jail and confiscated his brush. Using the magic paintbrush, the emperor painted a long bar of gold. It wriggled off the paper as a serpent. Then he drew a phoenix to lay golden eggs. The bird came to life as a chicken. The furious emperor ordered Kang to paint a ship large enough for the royal family and all its servants. Kang drew a beautiful boat gilded with gold and gems. Next he was ordered to draw a river. When it came to life, it rushed into a tidal wave. The wave destroyed the royal palace and pulled the boat far out to sea. The evil emperor never returned. Long ago, two enormous mountains lay south of Jishu and north of Heian. That is, until an old man set out to change this. One day an old man said to his wife, "Those mountains are a nuisance. It takes 3 days to visit the next town instead of half a day. I shall move them." The old man gathered his friends and said, "If we move these mountains, we will not have to walk for days to sell our goods. Let's get started." Another 20 villagers joined him, dumping rocks and dirt into the sea. They worked hard every day from dawn until dusk. The old man's wife stormed to the worksite and chided, "What are you thinking, you old fool? The mountains are 1,000 times larger than our village. You cannot succeed." But the old man just smiled and went on with his work. The village wise man came to survey the progress. He griped, "After many days' work, you have barely moved a small hill. Listen to your wife, you fool." But the old man just smiled and went on with his work. Soon the old man convinced more to join him, and the work progressed faster than ever. Alarmed, the townspeople were engaged in a fruitless task. The town elders came to the site. They surveyed the mountains using sophisticated tools and concluded that the task was impossible. They demanded that the old man stop work. None dared challenge the elders, so they stopped working. Everyone listened to what the old fool would say to these important people. "You are blind to reason," he bellowed. "When I die, there will be my sons, and then their sons, and so on to infinity. But the mountains will not grow." This is the story about a clever fox and a mighty tiger. One fine day, as Fox hunted in the forest, he failed to notice the dark and silent shadow that followed him. Suddenly, Tiger sprang out of the underbrush and cried, "You will be a delicious lunch." Fox knew he had to think fast. He blurted, "Wait! You cannot eat the king of the forest." "You are not the king," yelled Tiger. Fox took a regal pose. "Follow me to learn how the animals fear and revere me." When Rabbit saw Fox and Tiger coming, he dove into a hole in panic. "Notice how Rabbit fears me," said Fox. Tiger chuckled. "Rabbit is afraid of squirrels." Fox led Tiger on. When Snake saw the two coming, he slithered so quickly that he tied himself into a knot. "Snake eats Rabbit, yet Snake fears me," explained Fox. Tiger looked doubtful. "Snake is braver than Rabbit, but still a coward." Fox led Tiger on. Soon they approached Wolf. Terrified, he dug a hole in the ground before he ran away. Fox said, "Wolf is one of the fiercest in the land, yet he digs a hole in haste to run from me." Now Tiger was worried. "Wolf is braver than most," he said, "but only when his pack is near." Fox led Tiger on. Bear was so startled when he saw Fox and Tiger coming that he fell into the river, crying as the current carried him away. Fox boasted, "Even the strongest in the forest panics when he sees me." Now Tiger was really worried. "Yes, but..." Fox took a regal stance and bellowed, "Tiger, my subject, kneel before me or be gone." Why do the Chinese embroider tiger shoes for their children? Mr. Yang was a kind and well-loved fairy master. Once, he helped an old woman load her ample possessions. She was so grateful, she gave him a painting of a beautiful girl embroidering a pair of tiger shoes. Mr. Yang placed the beloved picture in his bedroom. One night, when Mr. Yang was staring longingly at the painting, the girl stepped out. The young couple fell in love and soon married. The girl had to live in the painting by day, only to emerge at night. Such was the way her magic worked. Fate was kind, and the couple was blessed with a healthy son. The boy enjoyed his father's company by day, and his mother's at night. Many people rode the ferry just to see the magical boy. A corrupt and selfish official heard the story of the painting and wanted the girl for himself. His soldiers stole the painting, and he placed it above his own bed. When he commanded the girl to come out, she only wept while she did her embroidery. Mr. Yang went to the official's palace to retrieve his painting, but even his great strength was no match for the armed guards. Mr. Yang told his son that his mother was away visiting friends, but the boy learned the truth and went to save her. He put on the tiger shoes and snuck into the official's room. Just as the boy snatched the painting, the official awoke. The boy fought hard, but backed down when the official threatened to burn the picture. This last act of cruelty summoned the old magic. As the official's soldiers stormed the bedroom, the boy's shoes turned into real tigers. The tigers ripped the official and his guards to shreds. It was then that the monster let out its loudest and final roar. Long ago, a horrible serpent threatened to destroy a village if the people did not sacrifice a young girl to him each year. So for 90 long years, they did. Soon there was only one family with daughters left, the Lee family. Mr. Lee cherished his 7 girls, and it broke his heart to choose who should be sacrificed to the monster. Mr. Lee's youngest daughter, she, volunteered to face the serpent as she was the youngest. Mr. Lee refused, since his love for she was so great. She marched to the magistrate's office and demanded that she be the one to save the town. They laughed at her youth and demeaned her by giving her a dog and a sword for protection. Determined to prove her valor, she went to the serpent's cave. The serpent awoke with a horrible roar. She's dog stood bravely by her side, barking in warning. The serpent emerged, writhing and howling. The little dog barked fiercely, distracting the serpent. She lunged, deftly stabbing the monster, but it was in vain. The powerful serpent threw she and the dog hard against the rocks. Despite her bruises, she fought on. The dog lunged, biting the serpent. When it let out another great howl, she cleverly plunged her sword deep into the serpent's mouth. It was then that the monster let out its loudest and final roar.